So, one thing you need to connect with if you are struggling with childhood trauma, a lot of neglect, and narcissistic abuse is that your true healing lies in giving to yourself what was missed. And this is really hard for many survivors because when we are born to narcissistic parents, parents that don't pour into us, they're not connected to their own emotions, so therefore they could never be connected to ours. They couldn't help us move through what has happened to us. And a lot of the times, our parents are the ones traumatizing us. Like, almost every person I've ever worked with doesn't have the awareness. Like, when you're born into neglect and all you know is I don't matter, and you're developing CPTSD because your house is a literal war zone, nothing is safe. We miss, like, hey, we miss safety. We miss this knowing and understanding that life can be different, that me could be safe. Me, this little kid, me, these parts of me that have been hurt and scared for a really, really long time. We have no conception of this idea that I could be loved for feeling. My feelings could be understood. My feelings are safe for me to have, feel, and experience. And to get past your trauma, like, you have to open to this. Can you stop it? Someone's having a fit. Like, you have to begin working with your past. Quiet. The things that may not feel very comfortable for you to start looking at, but you have to be comfortable with getting uncomfortable. And a lot of trauma survivors don't understand that, like, to heal, you must feel. Everything in your life getting better will hinge on your ability to feel. And you have to work with your body, your nervous system. And the way to unfreeze and, like, start getting these systems to start working together is by first getting more comfortable naming what you feel. Like, everything I teach starts with the foundation of, can you name your feelings? And if not, why? And how are you going to start making yourself feel what you feel? Like, noticing when you feel discomfort and taking a pause to ask yourself, how do I feel? What just happened? Did something just trigger me? What am I feeling? Can I be there for me? And the more you do this, the more you're building attunement to yourself, to how you feel. You're filling in these developmental voids that never got, like, this stuff didn't happen for us, so we now have to create it and fix it and heal it for ourselves. You have to see that you have never had emotional support if you want to begin healing. And like, you have to have emotional support to live a better life. And this is what so many of us don't know. Like, we have so many blind spots when we grow up in trauma, and, like, nobody's out there, like, telling us, like, hey, you grew up with narcissists, so you probably don't feel safe anywhere. You don't know how to feel, and you keep bringing, like, your anxiety, the signs inside of you that are telling you, like, are blaring red flags, something's wrong, you need to feel this, you need to be paying attention. Like, when you keep bringing that to other unavailable people, like your parents, the loop never heals. And it starts healing once you start turning inward and bringing your anxiety, being like, hey, being around these loud people, it triggers something in me. Let's look into this. Being in this place reminds me of this thing. Let's look into this. Let's feel what's around this. When you start dismantling all this stuff that has been hidden, that no one has helped you look at, this is when you start processing. You're feeling through your past, because everything that's happening to you now and things that trigger you, cause you anxiety, they're rooted in the past. And this is something, like, we as trauma survivors don't know or understand yet. And if you're watching this channel, you're gonna get it. You're gonna understand it, and you're gonna be able to start working through it. Like, all it takes is this understanding and this awareness and this seeing how you didn't have parents that helped you do this. And just because you had parents like this does not mean you can't heal. Like, all it means is, like, you now have to take the responsibility and take, like, the accountability for, okay, some stuff happened to me, and like, it's not your fault. Your parents couldn't emotionally like take care of you. Like, if they aren't emotionally taking care of themselves, they cannot give that to you. And that's something we as survivors need to learn for ourselves, to help ourselves, help our bodies heal, help our nervous systems relax, and help ourselves literally grow through these developmental states we missed. And this is the healing work. Like, this is what you have to do. Like, this is what you're missing. This is what I was missing. And now that I can do this for myself, my life is so much easier. My anxiety levels, I don't have anxiety anymore, because I understand, like, I always had anxiety tied to being abandoned by my parents, because nobody was there to help me move through my emotions. Nobody helped me put a name to like the crazy crap I was feeling. But now that I can do this, I can move through things very quickly. I don't get stuck in the CPTSD emotional flashbacks for days, weeks, months at a time. I understand, like, oh, this trigger pulls me into the past. What do I need? Like, how am I feeling? What did I need back then? As soon as you can start asking yourself these questions, and as soon as you can start building more awareness, and you are able to build more awareness by having that ability to feel safe with your emotions. You have to feel like, even if you don't feel safe, like, understand, like, okay, I don't feel safe naming what I feel. That's okay. I'm still going to practice and try this. I'm going to do this. Like, you have to have like that. You have to be dedicated to feeling, to just even opening the door a little crack on like, how do I feel right now? And if you want to be very daring, looking at events of your past and being like, okay, how did little me feel when she got neglected, when no one was there? How does it feel to like be on my own and have no like idea how to process these huge feelings? Like, it feels crappy. And this is why so many of us don't want to do this. We don't want to face our past because it feels crappy, and we feel scared because we don't have any words to put to these things that have happened to us. But when you just build that little bit, like that little willingness to like dip your toe into like, okay, I'm okay. I'm okay right now. I'm gonna be okay no matter what I feel. If I cry, okay. It's okay. Like, it's all okay. If I want to get pissed, that's okay too. If I want to laugh at it, that's fine too. Like, whatever you're feeling is okay. And you have to drill this into your head, especially if you've spent years, decades ignoring what you feel. And like, the feeling is the way out. Feeling is the way out. Feeling is how you heal. Feeling is how you undo years of neglect and abuse and anxiety and like all around fear. Because once you start feeling, you begin feeling safer with what you feel. You feel safe with your emotions, and you begin building trust with yourself. You feel safer with who you are. And then when this builds, it's a continual process. It's going to build, and it's going to get bigger, and it's going to get bigger, and you're going to notice, like, I'm feeling these things that haven't been felt for so long, and I'm okay. This is how you learn to trust yourself. This is how you learn to build your self-esteem. You begin to show yourself. You're growing yourself developmentally you're becoming emotionally available. You're becoming a person that can handle what they have been through, which you are. You already are this person. You just need that little handhold to kind of show you the steps you missed. So you now become into this powerful, capable, fully developed grown adult. And it stems from you starting to feel and beginning to slowly look at your life, the things that have happened to you, where you've been alone, where you haven't been supported, and learning to meet yourself and give yourself that support. Like, this is how you grow out of trauma. And if you want the step-by-step process for this, I've created a course, link is down in the description. It's called Unlocking Life After Trauma and Codependency. And I also offer one-on-one coaching for this to help you learn this process, to help you build that trust with yourself. I walk you through the whole way. Like, you don't have to do this work alone. And like, you can recover from these deep, dark things that you're running from. All you have to do is be a little bit brave. Be a little bit brave and be willing to face your past and to feel these things that I know they're scary. They scare the shit out of you, but there's no, like, You don't get anywhere if you keep ignoring these things, or if you keep bringing them to unavailable people who keep exacerbating your trauma. Like, you're just repeating it by running from it. And this doesn't mean you're unavailable, or, well, it doesn't mean you're an avoidant person if you're always running from your feelings. Like, all that means is nobody showed you how to deal with these things, and you're going to have to learn how to deal with these things if you want to live differently, if you don't want to be bogged down by your past all the time and like always be in react mode, always be in survival. Like, these things heal when you can slow down enough, feel safe with what you're feeling, and you have to like be able to show your body, we're safe here. Yes, these past things have happened to us. Yes, it was brutal. It was terrible. We have survived things that nobody should have ever had to deal with. But for whatever reason, that's what we were dealt. We're going to feel it. We're going to face it. We're going to look at how these things have shaped our lives. And we're going to start asking, how do I want to feel? How do you want to feel? Like, how do you want your life to feel? Because like, you have to be able to figure that out if you don't want to feel bad anymore. Like, you have to, and then like when you've faced your past enough, when you understand your triggers, you understand, like, you know, you're in survival mode, you've been in survival mode your whole life, you lived like so small and quiet and shy, you don't use your voice because that leads to trouble, don't be seen, like we gotta hide. When you start understanding like you're living, like you're just a walking trauma response, that's when you can start changing these things. You have to be able to feel as you go, and then once you start shifting and changing into what you want to feel, who you want to be, you also have to be able to calm yourself and feel your nervous system as it moves through its different survival states, because when you start acting and thinking differently, this trigger will trigger you as well. And you have to be able to soothe, again, your little child inside of you that is scared to be different, that is scared to live outside of the trauma, that is scared to be seen, that is scared to be someone who wants to be rich, have money, have resources. Like, when you start changing your life, it can almost be as scary as looking at your past, because it's unknown, and the unknown for trauma survivors is terrifying. And you, again, you have to partner with yourself, be there for your little inner child, and give them comfort, give them safety, and let them know, I'm here, you're not being abandoned, we are just trying different things. And of course it feels scary. Like, yeah, it feels scary to do new things, and it's going to feel scary until we make it normal. Like, you have to learn to speak to yourself in these kinds of ways, and that's going to help you heal and feel and open to more as well. And again, if you want more on this entire process, feeling your feelings, learning to build safety in yourself, working with your nervous system, looking at your past and how these beliefs, how your trauma has shaped you, and how to start creating a different life for yourself, go check out Unlocking Life After Trauma and Codependency, or give me a like and a follow here, because I'm going to keep talking about these things and offering little tips on Tuesdays on how to help you move forward after a lifetime of trauma, narcissistic abuse, neglect, abandonment, and CPTSD issues. All right, guys, I love you. Thanks for being here. Bye.